All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are jumping into a document that literally changed the world. It's Christopher Columbus's very first report back to Spain. And here's the thing, it's not just a letter, it's a pitch. It's a masterclass in how to sell an idea that would reshape history forever.
So check this out. This is how Columbus ends his letter. I mean, talk about epic, right? He's not just saying, hey, I found some stuff. He's framing the whole thing as this God-given victory over the impossible. And that tone, that's the key to the whole document. It's big, it's bold, and it's designed to persuade.
And you've got to get this. This letter went viral, like 15th century viral. It was printed up, it shot across Europe, and for a long, long time, it was the only story people had about the Americas. And it's all coming from one guy who has a very specific goal to sell his success.
So that's the big question, right? What did he actually say to his royal investors? Because make no mistake, that's what this is, an investor report. His audience is the King and Queen of Spain. He has to prove their investment paid off, and he needs to get them to fund a second trip. So how on earth did he pull that off?
Okay, so here's his first move. It's like sales 101. You lead with the win. No suspense, no dramatic buildup. He just comes right out of the gate declaring a massive victory. He's got to reassure them right away that their money was not wasted.
And listen to how he phrases this. He doesn't just say, I did it. He says,
the Lord has given me this glorious success.
Which also implies that his patrons, the king and queen, made a divinely approved investment. It's a genius move, honestly. He's got them hooked from the very first line.
All right, so he's declared success. Check. What's next? He has to prove he actually delivered on the goods. It's not enough to say, I saw some new places. He has to show he took possession of them, officially and legally, for Spain.
And he lays it out like a legal procedure, step by step. Okay, step 1, land on an island. Step 2, plant the royal standard, the Spanish flag. Step 3, rename everything. Give it a good, solid Spanish and Christian name. San Salvador, Santa Maria, you get the picture. And the most important part? He makes sure to report that it was all done without opposition. He's basically telling his investors, I followed the legal playbook, this land, it's yours now. The paperwork is done. So now that he's established ownership, it's time for the real estate pitch. He has to sell them on the value of their new property. And he starts with the land itself, just painting this picture of an absolute paradise on earth.
Just listen to the words he's using. Hispaniola is a marvel. He's not just giving a dry report. He's selling a vision. He's telling them this isn't some dangerous, wild frontier. Nope. It's rich and fertile, totally ready for them to come in and start building towns, villages, farms. Basically, it's move-in ready for colonization.
And the list just goes on and on. It's like he's creating this catalog of paradise, just ticking off the assets one by one. The language is all about abundance. It's overwhelming. Innumerable people, incredibly fine ports, magnificent rivers. He's building this picture of unbelievable value. And then, almost as an afterthought, he drops the real prize at the very bottom. Numerous mines of metals. Boom. Okay, now we get to one of the most fascinating and, frankly, troubling parts of the letter. How he describes the people. And what you're about to see is that his story, well, it doesn't quite add up. It's full of some really telling contradictions. So at first, he paints this picture of the Taino people as being incredibly innocent and generous. I mean, just unbelievably open-hearted. They'll give you anything you ask for, no questions asked. It sounds totally peaceful, totally idyllic. But just hang on to that idea for a second. Because then, just a little bit later in the same letter, he says this. Wow, the whiplash is incredible. He's talking about their amazing generosity, and in the next breath, he's admitting that he kidnapped some of them by force the second he got there. He doesn't even try to explain it away. He just lays out both statements like they're totally normal. And this contradiction keeps popping up. On one hand, he calls them hopelessly timid, people who run away at the slightest thing. But on the other hand, he says they are most ingenious men who are amazing navigators, who know the seas perfectly. So which one is it?
Are they timid or are they ingenious? Well, for the purpose of his pitch, the answer is both. He's telling the crown, look, they're timid so they'll be easy to dominate, but they're also smart and skilled so they'll be very useful to us. And this is the cherry on top of his description of the people. He claims that they all believe that he and his men came from heaven. Now, whether that was actually true or a massive misinterpretation, we don't know. But what matters is that Columbus presented it to the king and queen as a huge strategic win. I mean, if the locals think you're a god, it makes everything, control, trade, you name it, a whole lot easier.
Okay, so he's set the stage. He's described the amazing land, he's described the people. Now it's time for the main event, the climax of the whole pitch. He's got to talk about the money, the bottom line, the return on investment.
And he doesn't just talk in big, vague terms about wealth. He gives them a concrete, tangible example. He tells them one of his sailors traded a simple leather strap, something basically worthless, for a piece of gold that weighed 2.5 castellanos. That's a serious amount of money. This isn't a fairy tale about a city of gold. This is a real transaction that shows an insane potential for profit.
And there it is. That's the core of the whole letter, right there. Everything up to this point has been leading to this sentence. He pivots from what he found to what he can give them. I can give you as much gold as you want if you give me a little assistance. And we all know what a little assistance means, right? It means money, it means funding for Voyage number 2.
So, to wrap it all up and seal the deal, he gives them the executive summary. This is the final pitch, a clean, business-like list of the deliverables for his investors.
And look at this list. It's so direct. Gold, spices, cotton, valuable resins and woods. It's all stuff you'd expect. And then, there it is, the last item, slaves, listed right there with everything else, like another natural resource. He even says, as many as they choose to send for. It's a really chillingly clear look into how he viewed this whole venture as a commercial enterprise.
And guess what? The pitch worked. Big time. The letter was a smash hit. It got reprinted, passed around. It became the foundational story of the Americas for all of Europe. And the story it told was of a paradise, just overflowing with wealth, inhabited by people who were, in his telling, ready for both conversion and conquest.
So that's what we're left with. This single document wasn't just a travel log. It was an incredibly effective piece of marketing that shaped how an entire continent was viewed for centuries to come. And once you see it as a pitch, you have to ask yourself the really important question. What story did Columbus have to tell to get what he wanted? And more importantly, what got left out?